Do you know that going live on Instagram weekly has completely changed the course of my business faster than any written word? I'm Donna Bowling, a personal branding coach and a former award winning casting director here in Los Angeles. And today I'm going to share how I went from panic attacks and anxiety attacks every time I spoke live to utilizing live video weekly to help grow my platform. I know what you're thinking. Why in the world should I go live? About a year and a half ago, kind of in the middle of the pandemic, I decided to go live on Instagram. I had under 5,000 followers at the time, but I decided that I wanted to get better at going live. And so I just did. And I know what you're thinking. It's so uncomfortable because it was crickets. Y'all, it was crickets. There was maybe one or two people jumping on in. And I was discouraged. I almost wondered what was the point. So in that moment, I decided I have two choices. I can either consistently show up going live, meaning come back each and every single week, or just completely start something different. I'm glad I chose the former because once I started to go live weekly, every single Monday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific time, my audience started to expect it. What happens when you start showing up consistently? Really cool things happen. Your audience starts knowing to expect you. Okay. They know that you're going to show up consistently like a TV show. You don't need to do it weekly, but you should. And if you're not doing it weekly, at least are you doing it bi-weekly? Are you doing it every 3 weeks? Are you doing it once a month, but on the same day at the same time? Going live weekly at 11 a.m. Pacific time on my Instagram, which by the way is linked below in the notes, you're going to want to come on over there and check it out because I have community that comes weekly into those live sessions and I have so much fun with them. And in fact, it's helped grow my business so fast. So today, I want to talk to you guys about 5 tips when going live, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I know you can go live kind of anywhere, LinkedIn, Twitter, or even on social audio. The point is, going live is scary. It's uncomfortable, but I've got some super easy tips if you're just starting on the journey. Tip number 1, this is more mindset. Okay. So come with me through the process. It's all about how we approach the live experience. I understand it is anxiety provoking. I want you to do this with me. Instead of saying, I am nervous to do this or I am scared to do this, let's switch it around to I am excited. Okay. The reason why we go live, the reason why we create content, whether it's on any platform, is because we want to get our message out. Not everyone is meant to do that. You have a message and you have an incredible voice and you need to be discovered by more people. That's the truth. We need more exposure. And so the goal here is to get yourself out on video. Live is a great way to do that, to connect with people one on one. And if you go through it, you're gonna have to get through some of those mindset freakouts. So before we even approach pressing go live, I want you to think to yourself, I can't wait to share my message with a lot of new people today. Okay, tip number 2 is all about scheduling. Instagram is so cool. You can now schedule your live events. This kind of goes for almost every single platform, I have to be honest, but Instagram, we're talking specifically, you can schedule your lives. And here's the coolest part, you can create a post now when you schedule it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over as if you're starting a live video, but where there's a little calendar, you're going to press on that and you're going to schedule it. Then you can share it as a post. You can create a picture of yourself or use a video, anything that you want to announce this live. But don't stop there. Share it to your stories, share it to your text community, share it in an email newsletter. Let people know to come on in because if they don't know that you're going to show up live, they probably won't make time for it. If you are scared to do that and you don't feel the need to tell everyone until you're ready, that's cool. Just wait. Don't schedule yet, but this is a great tip to get more active. Okay, tip number 3. Practice. Practicing is something that I used to teach all the time as a casting director. You always had actors that would come in and audition very, very filled with nerves, understandably. However, it would always get better the more they practiced, which is why they hired coaches, which is why they ran their lines a million times in the parking lot or in the lobby. It's okay to practice. It's going to look silly as you do it, but you can practice now with a really cool feature on Instagram where you can schedule your live to only go privately, but practice the feeling of sitting in front of a camera and watching yourself speak. It's uncomfortable, it is awkward, and if you can get over that kind of weirdness right at the beginning, you're good. We're going to prepare. Now, that is kind of practicing, but also it's knowing what you're going to talk about, because what could happen if no one comes into that live? If no one came into that live and you don't have any feedback to go off of, all eyes on you, babe. So you better start, coming up with good content. What I like to do when it comes to my lives, especially at the very beginning when I was just getting used to it, was I would take a Post-it and I would put it right next to my phone on my computer, and it would say the title and like 5 steps. It's kind of what I do for my YouTube videos and for all my podcast content is I put a little bullet point list out so that I can really get comfortable with knowing what's next. Right? You may want 5 tips to and then a little bit about it. You could possibly go off course because you'll get feedback from an audience member with a question, and that's cool, but you'll always have somewhere to go back to keep you kind of grounded and on track. Next one is get right into it. Okay. When you're starting this live, you do not want to say those dreaded words. Just gonna wait for people to show up. No. This moment, you are going to go straight into it. So that could be like, good morning, happy Monday. I'm Donna Bowling, and I am a personal branding coach. For those of you that don't know me today, I'm so super excited. We're talking all about da, 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 da. If that's uncomfortable to say when no one is in the room, I get it. So what you're gonna do is you can say, hey, oh my gosh, it's so freaking gorgeous outside. I'm so sweaty. It's so hot. I just took off my sweater. I'm just putting on my lip gloss. How are you guys doing? Tell me where you're from, whatever it is. A lot of times I need that little filler until I start to see that 1, 2, 3 people pop in. So go right into the content. Don't wait too long. The main reason for this is the second you're done, you can share that live video onto your feed, which absolutely you should be doing. And if you share it, people will only see those first few seconds before they decide they want to watch more. So you got to hook them in just like you got to do on YouTube. All right. The next step is all about your audience. You guys, my middle name should be Connect, because I am so obsessed with connecting with my audience. And I don't believe you can create a brand, a business, a personal brand without having that connection touch point between you and your audience. Going live is an incredible way to do that. Why? Because when you go live on Instagram, you're able to see live feedback right there. In this moment, you say something and immediately you can get a feedback. You can get a question. You can get a comment based on, oh my gosh, I love your outfit, or that's such a great tip. You can get a lot of hearts. You can get badges, meaning people can pay you as a thank you, basically a tip for showing up live. And here's the important part. I think this is key. When people are leaving you comments, especially if you're in the growth stage and you don't have that many comments coming on in, what you need to be doing is you need to be addressing your comments live. When I have a conversation, I'm live on Instagram and people are leaving comments, I am literally mid-thought stopping and connecting with that person. Yes, Judy. Yes, that is a great point. Oh, Jonathan, did you say that? Oh, thank you so much. Yes. Welcome from Indiana, whatever it is. There's a reason for this. Okay. People like to be seen, and people like to be heard, and people like to feel like they're being noticed. And there is nothing worse, and I can tell you this from experience, when you go onto someone's Instagram and you leave them comments while they're speaking and there's 7 people in the room and they are not saying good idea or that's a great question. It is awful. It's like, why am I sitting here talking to a wall? So I highly recommend that you connect with your audience live. You are speaking back and forth. You're having those conversations. Right. My final tip is be yourself. Shocker, I'm going to say that, but it's true. And that goes on every single platform. We need to see the real you. That means, did you mess up and say the wrong thing? That's cool. Is your hair all crazy? Make a joke out of it. Do something that shows your personality. There is nothing worse than feeling like we are seeing a robotic presentation on Instagram Live. Don't do it. Be yourself. Loosen it out. I know I've seen some weird things about this, but honestly, I swear it's true. Shake off your body before you start, okay? Get those nerves out, have fun, connect with your audience, and people will want to see more. One time I had an Instagram Live where I had a dance party. I literally had a dance party. They gave me song requests and I was dancing, and it was so much fun. So enjoy the experience. Enjoy the experience of going live because you're going to want to do it more often. You're going to want to connect, and people really enjoy feeling like they get access to you in the moment. Go live often, go live weekly at least, and get more and more comfortable the more you go through it. If you enjoyed this video, I have other videos coming on in, and I have some right here. If you want to go on over to my Instagram to see firsthand how I am creating live content, jump on over. The link is right below. It's at This is Donna Bowling. I love showing up and creating content, and I'm bringing you guys along for the ride. Make sure to come on over there and say hello. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next week. 6